Greetings everybody and welcome to Forward Champion here on Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock, hard rock, heavy metal, and other forms of rock music. So today we are doing another battle. So for those of you who don't know what we do here is I choose an album. I choose two albums. We vote on which one, I talk about them, and then you vote on which one we like. And then the winner goes on to face another champion the next week. So last week we had a battle that you guys continued to surprise me in your support for different albums that I didn't think would lose. I picked a battle and I thought, well, the Led Zeppelin album is actually probably more renowned, probably well known, is one of their best albums, should win this battle easily, but it didn't. And this album, which is somewhat despised by some members of Black Sabbath's community, but it won. It came in, won fairly, I don't think it won easily, but it did win. And it's back to gain this week because of the way it works with Forward Champion. The winner goes on to face another challenger. If he gets 5 in, he gets retired and put into the final battle at the end of the year, which we'll probably do in December, which of course is the end of the year. So anyways, this album won, so it's here to defend its title now. I'm just trying to find an angle. This particular album is very there it is, very, very hard to keep from getting a glare, and it's going up against this particular album, which so you can see. So I think I got them both in a spot now where they're not gonna hang. So we have Jethro Tull, Stand Up, being the challenger, facing Black Sabbath's Born Again album. So we'll talk first about the champion, which is this one. So this album beat out I thought was a favored album to win in the Led Zeppelin 4, but it won and is back again to defend his title. Yes, the quality of this album's not so good. The sound isn't that good. It's kind of murky, actually. Very heavy. Doesn't really sound like any other Sabbath album, really. I don't think so. I mean, well, other than the fact that you have a vocalist that's in this band that's well known, but really isn't a Sabbath type singer. Yeah, this is very a very different album. It does have some of that kind of Deep Purple sound to it, obviously because of the vocalist, but the music is like they purposely put out one of the most disturbing albums you could, right? Just from this kind of cheesy cover here that they have. But a lot of the songs are really kind of heavy and dark. And I think Ian Gillan's off the charts with his screaming on this album. And I just think this is one of his best vocal performances ever. And actually, I think this is one of Iommi's best guitar playing parts as well. And this actually brings back Bill Ward into the fold. And I don't think this was the last album Bill Ward was on. He came back. He didn't play on Mob Rules. He did play on Heaven and Hell. Then he took time off. He came back, played on this album with the other two and Ian Gillan, and then disappeared again. So we have Trashed. This is a heavy, heavy opener here. Stonehenge, which is kind of the prelude to Disturbing the Priest, which is an absolute killer heavy song with lots of great riffing, and Ian Gillan's off the charts here singing. You've got The Dark, which is kind of another kind of opening part for Zero the Hero. Another really melodic, heavy song, much like Born Again is a much later track on the album. Digital Bitch is that kind of reminds me a little bit of that Deep Purple sound. It doesn't really sound like Deep Purple, but the vocal part definitely reminds me of Deep Purple. Well, obviously, right? And then you have the final two tracks, which are Hotline and Keep It Warm, which I think are underrated, but they're deep cuts. They actually came on to be among the better songs on this album once I got used to it. And the album cover Withstanding. This is a great, fantastic album. The challenger today is no equally not fantastic. This is a newer album to my collection and for me, but many of the songs I've known for years. Bure is, of course, on here. Really, really good part. Really good song. I like that. A New Day Yesterday. Fantastic tune. Jeffrey Goes to Leicester Square. Really good. Back to Family. Look Into the Sun. I really like that a lot. Nothing Is Easy. I like that a lot. Fat Man, of course, is a classic. One of my favorite Jethro Tull songs. We Used to Know. Reasons for Waiting, both good tunes, and then it ends off with For a Thousand Mothers, which I really like as well. This is a pretty solid album from top to bottom. I believe this is their second album. Please correct me if I'm wrong, or maybe I'm wrong, but I think I'm wrong. I don't think this is their second. Is it? Yeah, it is their second album. Their first album was the one with Mick Abrams on it, and it was a lot more bluesy. This is where you still have a lot of bluesy elements on this album, but this is where it starts to kind of switch a bit and starts becoming a little bit more folky in there, a little bit more heavier, and a lot more progressive in its movement. And there's only 4 members on this, and I think that's the only time I can think of where there was just the 4 members in Jethro Tull. So, anyways, great album, well worth listening to. If you haven't heard it, give it a listen. And then, before I go, make sure you vote on which one you like the best. That's all you have to do is just say, I like the Sabbath one, or I like the Tull one better, or I like Born Again better, or I like Stand Up better. This way, that's what it's about. Like, which one of these do you prefer? I'm trying to get a kind of an interest in both albums is really what I'd like. So, anyways, there you have it. Today's album forward champion between Black Sabbath's Born Again and Jethro Tull's Stand Up albums. So take care. Please hit the like and subscribe, and don't forget to make your comments and your votes in the comment section below. So take care and goodbye.